Guys, I was kind of gonna wait until I took my sister to see this movie because she has Movie Pass now, and I'm thinking I'm gonna order Movie Pass also, because from what I've seen, it's a pretty good deal, at least until the theaters put a stop to it. But I saw two movies recently, actually. So I better talk about both. I kind of want to go see both of them with my sister because I know she'll love them. But I don't want to put off talking about them anymore. So maybe she'll want to do a review and talk about them too. But and it'll be pretty late. But whatever. I mean, you want to decide maybe if you want to rent it or buy it or whatever. So the two movies are Blade Runner 2049. I believe that is the correct title. I didn't look it up right now. This is going to be very off the cuff because that one I saw several days back. And the other one is Thor Ragnarok. And I'm going to talk about that first. I'm only going to talk very briefly about Blade Runner just because it's not as fresh in my mind. But Thor Ragnarok I saw Thursday night, which was the night it came out. And I went to kind of a late showing. And I loved it, man. And I felt it was important to say this because I know it's getting really good reviews, but at the same time, a few of the reviewers that I watch and like, but disagree with often, a few of them, or at least one of them, was not only kind of meh. He didn't like say it wasn't a good movie, but he and his group, you know, they did have a lot of complaints. They didn't like it that much. I loved it. I totally loved it. So I'm not going to get into spoilers because there's so much out there already. Can I talk about this without getting into spoilers? Okay, look. Okay, so basically it's a fantastic movie, and if you love Guardians of the Galaxy, that's a good clue to how it is, because it is a lot of comedy. It is not exclusively comedy, but it is a lot of comedy. I'll say what a lot of people have said. It's a buddy picture. It's Hulk and Thor, and sometimes it is Banner and Thor. And either way, it is fantastic with both. Hulk talks now, and that was the thing I was so excited to see, and they just played him amazingly. He was like a big baby at times, not like a baby, but like a little kid, an angry kid. He was like an angry, small, like toddler kid, the way he would move and stuff. But he could talk, you know, better than a kid, but kind of. It was, I can't even explain it. But Hulk was fantastic. He was just handled beautifully. I loved it. Yeah, and I mean, I was 90% of the time was just like, give me more Hulk, give me more Hulk. But the whole movie was so good. The music was fantastic. They used that I don't know the name of the song, but it sings about Valhalla and all that. And they used that a couple times. I think it's in the trailers. And it is just so, it puts you in the mood, man. This is an awesome, like, very, like, it's like Stranger Things I was talking about recently in a video that I'll probably post after this one because I got some merchandise. But it's got that retro late 70s, early 80s fantasy film thing, you know. It reminded me the first time I saw, and I gotta say, the retro aspect, I got even more of that from the trailer, but it's still present throughout the movie, especially whenever they play like the music and everything. But it's reminded me of like Flash Gordon, the movie from like, I don't know, 1980, give or take. If you've seen the movie Ted, you know about Flash Gordon, which was a big thing when I was a little kid, and you know, still love to watch it. And it was something like that, you know, but more, you know, up to date in other ways. It was very Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it wasn't formulaic at all. It was so much better than the previous two Thor movies, and I actually like Thor 2. I don't hate it. There are things I didn't like that I also didn't like in the first one, but I don't know. I feel like I might have liked Thor 2 more than the first. But I haven't watched either in quite a while. I have them. I haven't watched them in a while. But this one is totally different. Not different in a way that it doesn't seem like the same character or universe, but just the tone is so much better. It's a really lighthearted, fun movie. It's like watching something like what is that? Detroit Rock City, you know? It's like watching Detroit Rock City. It's like watching Flash Gordon. It's really fun. It's a really great time. The characters are amazing, the way they interact with each other. The new characters, the old characters. Jeff Goldblum. They're lovely ladies, and it is just awesome. Everybody is a phenomenal actor, and the new villain, I think one of the best Marvel villains. I mean, still not like super heavily developed. I mean, Loki is the best one they've done, but he's in this and he's awesome in it, you know, as always. But I loved the villain in this. I thought she was great. Everything. I just enjoy this movie. It's just a fun ride. I highly recommend going to see it. I don't get a lot of the complaints. Some people are trying to play up that the humor is too juvenile. I disagree. I mean, that's the kind of movie that it is, that it's trying to be, you know? It's okay when it fits the movie, that kind of thing. And it totally fit here. It was totally fitting for that kind of juvenile humor. It totally fit. It was a blast. And yeah, there were serious parts, and there weren't, the humor, when it would come to me, it did not interfere with the serious aspects. I still got the heavy gravitas of the events that were taking place, but it was still such a fun movie. I mean, it didn't get as heavy as Guardians gets sometimes. This was mostly fun, you know, even though there were some serious heavy matters. But I highly recommend it. I think that the odds are in favor that you're gonna love it. I think 99% of the people who go see this will love it. Very good movie. Saw it at the Alamo Drafthouse Village, for those of you who are in Austin like me. That one is the closest one to me, and I love to sit in the front row with the reclining seats. So yeah, if you're ever there, you can, you know, wave hi to me, but you might want to say, hey, I watch you on YouTube. Otherwise, I will be like, why is that person waving at me? Which happened at the mall recently. I talked about that. But anyway, my battery light is blinking. Blade Runner 2049, not such a new release. It's been out for a couple weeks maybe, or 3, 4, I don't know. It's been out for a little while. I finally made it out to see it. My sister let me try her Movie Pass, so I did, because she has never even tried it, because she got Movie Pass, but then she went out of town, and she left it here for me to use. So I tried it one time, and because I didn't have time to do it more than that. Maybe I'll try it tomorrow again. But I went to see, I had Thor. You can't really see Thor with a Movie Pass. I mean, because I went like on opening night. If something is selling out, then you can't use a Movie Pass, because you have to be in the parking lot at least to order your Movie Pass, and then you gotta go, like, you can't pay for it till you get inside. So it's not something, if a movie's gonna sell out, you can't use that. But it's still good. There's a lot of stuff I want to see. I think I can use it for, so I'll probably order Movie Pass probably tonight. But but anyway, Blade Runner 2049. Before my battery runs out, I'll just say fantastic, amazing. Not on the level of Thor Ragnarok. This is a whole nother level. This is more of, Blade Runner 2049 is more like a great film, you know? I mean, Thor Ragnarok is a great popcorn movie, fun comedy. Blade Runner 2049, which is a very serious, thought-provoking film. I don't want to say it is like more so than the first film, but yeah, it's more so than the first film, I think. It's been, I mean, I got to put that first film on and watch it, but I think it goes deeper into the whole, the philosophy of it, of all of it, of this, like, you know, creating androids and, you know, artificial intelligence, and what level of humanity they deserve in all this. You know, it's a whole, and it's a noir detective story, of course, like the first one, and it's got, I'm not going to give the spoilers, but it has twists, or you know, I guess I'm gonna use the word twists, but because I'm in a hurry, but you think it's gonna go one way, and it turns out not quite going that way, but it doesn't disappoint at all. And Harrison Ford is amazing. It is, and he comes in late in the film, but once he's in it, you know, and it's awesome. It's just an amazing movie. Ryan Gosling was awesome. As you know, and I love musicals, but as you know, I was not a fan of La La Land. I just didn't feel the quality was at the level that it was trying to be, you know, in a variety of ways. But I do love classic movie musicals, Gene Kelly musicals and everything, and I'm all for new musicals, you know, I am. But so that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth with Ryan Gosling. I love Ryan Gosling. But he has been so great in other stuff, and I know everybody loves La La Land, I know that. But I didn't have a problem even coming off La La Land. He was awesome in this. He was fantastic. I didn't think at all about La La Land, so that was good for me. But it was just fantastic. It was excellent. I loved it. I don't want to give spoilers, so I'm just going to say it harkens back to the original enough. It feels like it's the same universe and the same world. Totally, it picks up beautifully from that one. And yeah, it is just a perfect example of making a sequel like so much later, like decades later, and doing it perfectly. I'm not saying it's like a perfect film, although I'd be hard pressed to I'd have to go back and look for things if I wanted to nitpick it, because it's an excellent movie. It's just excellent. Love it. Highly recommend both films. Blade Runner 2049 though you got to be okay with slow movies. I can't imagine that, you know, the world is very, you know, it's probably not appropriate to say it's like the world is like ADD now, you know, but it is, everything is very we need everything fast, and movies have to be fast paced, and because we're used to the internet and we're used to video games and we're used to fast paced stuff, you know. I still love those slow burn movies, and that's what this is, and it's amazing to see a new movie that's like that. So fantastic film. If you like, you know, old classic type movies, check it out. If you're a big fan of early 80s sci-fi fantasy movies, that's more sci-fi, you know, straight up future, dystopian future stuff, you got to check this out. If you can, watch the original before you go. I remembered it enough from watching it within the past few years, but I do own it. I'm gonna have to put it on again before I go see it again. I probably will go see both of these movies again, guys. So that's my recommendation. I recommend both highly. Gotta be okay with comedy for Thor, with goofy comedy. It's goofy, mostly family-friendly comedy, I think. I didn't think about that. It's Marvel Universe comedy, and in the other one, you got to be okay with slow, steady movies that are amazing. But, you know, I mean, if you like Oscar movies and stuff like that, but you also like sci-fi and stuff, then you should like Blade Runner 2049. Anyway, that's it for me for now, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.